Hey everyone, Tim with Collect Jurassic here with an exciting news update for Jurassic World Dominion toys. We have a new reveal today, of course, with Jurassic World Dominion out in theaters worldwide. Seems like Mattel is happy to pull back the curtain on some of the more spoilery toys they'll be coming out with in the next few months this summer. So be warned, if you haven't seen the movie yet, the toy we'll be talking about today is definitely a huge spoiler, particularly for the end of the movie. So we'll go ahead and just dive right in for this really cool set that was revealed on today's Behind the Gates. This is a Target exclusive set, again revealed on Jurassic Outpost Behind the Gates episode. This is the Epic Battle Pack, which, as the name implies, this is an epic battle that takes place towards the end of the Jurassic World Dominion film. It's quite cool, actually. Of course, again, I hope you've seen the movie, because you're definitely going to get a kick out of this toy, but it does come with, as the box implies, all three of the dinosaurs that happen to throw down at the end of the movie, as well as an other surprise that we'll get to here in a second. But yeah, you can see even here on the peak of this box, the Giga toy inside, but it's a huge box. This is going to be, I think, $120 at Target, so you're definitely getting a lot of toy in this massive box. And it looks great. I will obviously talk about the artwork on it a little more in depth later in the video. But just a quick peek here, you can see that there's definitely some really nice illustration going on in this exclusive pack that's only going to be available at Target. So let's go ahead and dive into what's inside. First off, we have the Strike and Roar Giganotosaurus, which isn't a very, widely available toy here in the States anyway. So this set might be your first chance at getting that figure. Of course, I've done a review for it. So if you want to check out my review for the Strike and Roar Giganotosaurus, please do. It's a great toy version of Giga. We also have the Sound Slash and Therizinosaurus, which is probably one of the best Mattel Jurassic toys they've ever come out with. Again, check out my review for that one if you're interested. But it's got all these toys inside are electronic, which I guess is noteworthy considering the price point. But it's got, the thrashing noise and the, claws that go back and forth and the snapping action. Giga's got that thrashing action. Of course, then we have literally Thrash and Devour T-Rex, who also does thrashing and also a little bit of devouring with those giant jaws, and it's able to actually swallow smaller figures, which is cool. So you get those three apex predators with this set, but you also get a surprise human figure, Ellie Sattler, not one that has been available in any other set, any other 2-pack or anything like that. So it does look like she's going to be exclusive to this Epic Battle Pack, which is a little controversial. We'll talk about that later. But Ellie herself does look fantastic. Here she is in this footage from the Jurassic Outpost reveal video, where you can see her and how she sizes up against these three big baddie dinosaurs, and it looks great. I mean, she's definitely wearing her outfit from the later part of the film, but it looks like she's got a decent likeness on her for Laura Dern. At least I think it looks pretty good. And she's got, again, nice details on her outfit, little belt buckles and things like that. So I'm really excited about this figure. I think we just need Ellie and Maisie for my collection. And then I kind of have the full cast from the movie, not counting like Wu or Dodson, which I hope those figures are on their way. But again, looks like Ellie's only going to be available in this pack for now. But, besides Ellie being the selling point, I really do think that the box itself is a really cool piece. Again, this is from that Jurassic Outpost footage. You can kind of get an idea in hand just how massive this box is. But I did want to take a little bit of a closer look at that artwork, because there's a lot of cool stuff going on. Mattel has done this illustrated style for a couple releases, like the Brachiosaurus and the upcoming Dreadnoughtus and Lava Surge playset back in 2018. So every once in a while they crack out the artistic skills, and instead of doing key art or render or some other repurposed artwork, they actually do some original artwork. And this is what it looks like was happening on the front of the Epic Battle Pack. We have T-Rex, we have Giganotosaurus, we have Therizinosaurus, all fighting in the illustrated version of the Biosyn Sanctuary, sort of like the middle area if you've seen the movie. You also have the forest on fire in the background, but I love how you can see the peak of the sculpture that's actually in the middle of the Biosyn Sanctuary that the T-Rex roars in the movie. It made it here to this artwork, which just really makes this, I mean, they obviously did their homework, right? They made this really establish that this is the end film battle and not just three random dinos packed in and, just trying to sell them all together. It really is meant to replicate what we see on screen in the movie, which is just really cool. And again, the artwork is top notch here, if you ask me. I love the detail throughout all of it. So definitely makes this set having that sort of added attention to the box itself. But there's a little bit of a trade-off here. We have these awkward windows on the right side where you can see Giga's head peeking out, which is kind of funny. I don't know what functional purpose that's serving. I guess maybe just showing you that there is plastic action figures inside and you're not just buying a giant puzzle or something. I don't know. You also have this little awkward window that I imagine is a peek at Ellie's figure down below, which is interesting, but you can't see T-Rex or Therizinosaurus. You're just gonna have to believe that they're in there, right? But I would say, as much as I love this artwork, I do kind of wish they did like a window box that we've seen in some cases where they have like an acetate plastic window and then inside the figures are kind of posed. I think that would have been really cool for this set and probably made it a little bit more of a collector item if you could see these dinosaurs like literally battling it out behind like a little plastic protection with Ellie kind of posed in the middle. I think that would have been really, really cool, but probably a little bit logistically hard to do. So maybe that's why they opted to just cover this up with artwork. Albeit beautiful artwork, but not really, illustrative of what the figures are inside. Speaking of the figures inside, let's go back to Ellie Sattler. Again, I think this is going to be a little bit of a decisive, controversial decision to include her in this set. Internet is already a little teed off about it, being as a lot of people already bought a lot of the toys in this set. Particularly Therizinosaurus and T-Rex were one of the first Dominion toys out from Mattel, so a lot of us, including myself, already own them. You're having to buy them again just to get this Ellie figure, right? This key cast member, this returning cast member from Jurassic Park, right? There's no other way in sight to get her. They haven't announced another set with her. It's not like they re-release figures all the time in multiple sets. If we're looking at probably just Owen and occasionally Claire get a couple different releases, but for the most part, all the other characters just get one and done figure releases. So you can kind of predict that the same's probably the case with Ellie Sattler, unless she was already planned in another release and they just happened to repurpose her for this pack. But the cynic in me says that she's in this pack for a reason, and that's to get us collectors to fork over more money to grab her, because that is just the way toy collecting works sometimes. But if I'm going to fork over $120 to get toys I already have, I'm at least happy that Ellie Sattler looks really good. So at the very least, after all that investment and repetitive toy ownership, we'll get this really nice Ellie Sattler figure to round out our Jurassic World Dominion cast. But here's hoping that there'll be another figure pack with her and Grant and some others later on. But that's basically the full epic battle pack. To summarize, we have all three of these Giga, Rex, and T-Rex figures, huge figures in themselves, $35, $45, $50 figures, all included inside next to Ellie Sattler, all for $120 and only at Target.com. If you do the math on the figures retail individually, this is actually a little bit of a deal that you're getting on this set, even though it sounds pretty expensive, but it is a massive box. So if you're a Minton box collector, you're really going to have to make room for this one. But that beautiful artwork definitely begs to be displayed. So all in all, I would still call it a collector-oriented set, despite sort of the repack nature of it. It is still got that cool artwork on the front, right? So I think this is probably one of the last Jurassic Outpost Beyond the Gates reveals what we have, and it really wasn't technically Legacy Collection, but still pretty exciting that we're getting that Ellie Sattler figure. I think there's one more reveal for the year, so we're looking forward to that. It's always exciting to talk about these new Jurassic toys, and it seems like almost every week there's something surprising us, and of course here at Collect Jurassic, that nothing makes me happier. So I love getting on here and talking about them, especially awesome new releases like Ellie Sattler. So I think that's all I got. Again, I'm Tim with Collect Jurassic. Thanks for watching, and I will see you next time.